The village of Beddgelert, a mountain village in Snowdonia, and I'm going to see if I can catch a bus for a short distance up the valley. I caught the bus with 10 minutes, just nearly 10 minutes to spare, so which is kind of because I only run about 2 or 3 times a day. So no problem. This is Beddgelert, and there's the Tourist Information Centre. Got off the bus at this bus stop right here. Well, there's only me and another guy on the bus, so they don't make much money, I'm afraid. Well, it's all subsidised by the Welsh Government, I believe. There's the river that comes down from the Snowdon area. Okay, there's a handy, the Gwynant Cafe. There's a handy place. There's a enjoying the sun. There's a fella just sitting outside his house there, and okay, this is free parking along here. It's as you can see, there's quite a few people parked here. It's the Watkins ascent route to the summit of Snowdon. This is where you park, and of course the pay car park as well. I'll turn off the main road here. You can see very little traffic on the road, and this is the best time to do your walking. But the weather's still good, beginning of October. You've got the added attraction this time of year. The trees are starting to turn colour. Look at the amount of water that's in this. We've had quite a bit of rain recently. More haybuck. Yeah, excellent here. Nant Gwynant, Beddgelert, that's my destination, where I park the car. 5 kilometres down here. Okay, there's the summit of Snowdon there, and unfortunately the telephone lines are in the way, but you can see the Watkins path going up the side there. It's an excellent walk, but of course, yeah, afraid those days are. Oh, that's a Llwyd ridge there, part of the Snowdon Horseshoe. You can see the path to Beddgelert. It's pretty good. It's almost wheelchair standard. Oh, this part is wheelchair. You can still just see the summit of Snowdon still up there. It's in cloud at the moment. Unfortunately, the sun's gone in for the time being. It's I would say well, it's pretty good conditions really, though, for weather-wise, and that's always a house that catches your eye. That red house there, and that's Dinnis, that quite large lake. The other lake further up is Nant Gwynant. I have got this walk on a previous video, but it was about 3 years ago, and it was done with my old camera, which wasn't so good. And there's that red house over there. So this footpath here, and it is a newly constructed footpath. This wasn't here 3 years ago. It was it went over that kind of over there, over about 100-foot climb up through the and then down again to the end of the lake. So this is a big improvement. The sun's pretty well full sunshine again for the time being. Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's Snowdonia, really. It's excellent walking country. Now, except for two ladies who I passed at the beginning of the walk, I've had this walk entirely to myself. No one around at all. All this is, I think, new. I think this footbridge, and the other footpath which went over through those woodlands, over that rise there, that's disappeared. It's been closed off. Okay, this is again Llyndinas, and that up there, going through those ferns, is a walk that goes round up over those hills and then down again to Beddgelert. It's quite a good walk, and there's some old workings up there. This is the outlet from the lake, and yeah, excellent. And looks like a pretty good bridge. It gives access to the lake from the road. Positive that I've made some progress, but it's very easy walking, of course. Beddgelert, 2.8 kilometres, or kilometres this way. Of course, I'm in the shade on this footpath because of the hillside behind me. It's an attractive river there, especially after the rain we've had. Okay, I'm going to try my luck and pay a little bit of money for a change, and go into the Sygun copper mine up here. Looks like you get your tickets there. Tickets, museum, shop and cafe. And look at those people there, they have to supply you with these helmets. And that's the entrance, I presume, down there. Here's the gift shop. I'm going to have myself a cup of tea, I think. Looks like there's a nice view. Again, I got the place to myself. Here's the Sygun Museum. Okay, there's plenty of hard hats there for the visitors. And there's what the workers look like in the good old days when the mine was operating. As I say, this was a working mine in Victorian times, and there's some of the they dug up from somewhere. A little bit of the railway line here, going into the entrance of the mine. Fortunately, I think it's very dim lighting inside, so this might be the last. Well, the video may not be pick up, so I can see why you need hard hats. And it's dripping wet as well. Yeah, okay, so a little bit of adventure here. Okay, yeah, hard hats required. There may be sufficient light in here to pick up, make a video out of. Yeah, I can see why the hard hats are essential. You can have a nasty bump on your head. Luckily, I'm on the short side, so the guys that are over 6 feet high. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Right, so. Okay, they've got sound effects here. All this was worked by hand, and I mean this tunnel's at least a couple of 100 yards long, and it was apparently established in Roman times. And there's a fort right opposite, well, no longer visible, where the Romans established Dinas Imris.
stalactites and stalagmites of ferrous oxide. Rust, you call it. It's a funny thing though. It doesn't matter how hard it rains on the mountain above, or whether we have a dry summer, the water flow from underground springs is always constant, never variable. The temperature is also constant at 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 centigrade, winter and summer. Now, what can I tell you about the mine?
Now, that was how they brought the ore up from, well, about 45 metres, I think, below, quite a distance below, and you can see it's flooded. So, yeah. Okay, go to the next commentary station. It's pretty realistic here. Commentary 2 this way. Commentary 3 that way. An example of stalactites, are they? They've formed since 1903 when the mine was closed. Yeah, you can see where you need good footwear and a kind of a fairly warm coat, because the temperature here is okay. So there's a total of 186 steps going up. As I say, it was pretty rough for the miners back in the good old days, having to work all this by hand, and they didn't have these nice metal, well, solid stairs to climb between the levels.
We're deep in the heart of the mountain, some 500 feet, 150 metres below the surface where the copper ore was probably first found. The principal copper ore mined here at Sygun was copper sulfide, chalcopyrite, which has a more brassy colour than iron pyrites or fool's gold. Richer copper ores, such as the green malachite, were a lot of copper found, and it was one of the most productive parts of the mine. The stoping carries on way above the timbering for another 75 feet, 23 metres, where it connects with yet more workings higher up in the mountain. The large baulks of timber are actually forming the timber floor of what we call the Victoria level.
I don't know if this will pick up. Continuing on these 186 steps, which is what, about 100 and, well, over 150 feet of ascent, I think. Oh, just hit the, that's where a hard hat came in handy.
This ore chute is exactly as it was when the mine shut down in 1903. If you look closely, you will see the copper ore still in there where the miners left it. When I first started at Sygun copper.
Okay, this is the Victoria level, and it's there's the exit back there. I had that mine tour, self-guided tour to myself. There was no one in the mine except me, so that's the ideal time to visit. Okay, this is the exit right here. Okay, so in the depths of the mine there, I was probably nearly 1,000 foot of rock above, and what a nice contrast now to come out to this point here. Look at this beautiful view of the Nant Gwynant Valley. Oh, there's just one more commentary. Yeah, commentary station here. Right here, start the commentary.
Before you lies the beautiful Gwynant Valley. Some 75,000 years ago, during the Ice Age, it was filled with a glacier of slow-moving ice. Everywhere in North Wales, the ice has left evidence of its presence. The U-shaped valleys of Llanberis, Padarn and Anfrancon were once filled with ice and scratches, glacial stria, caused by rocks trapped under the ice, cutting like files, and left deep scratches on many rocks in this area.
I'll just point out that rocky hill there, just across the valley, was the Dinas Emrys, apparently initially established by the Romans, but then and also later fortified by the locals to keep out the Saxons. Yeah, muy interesante. Okay, I'm back to the museum and ticket, and it was opened by David Wigley, MP for Arvan, Friday July the 25th, 1986. Okay, there's a handy spot for a break, just outside the museum. I'll have a break here before continuing on the journey to Beddgelert. Okay, there's a tarmac road, lane access. It goes up there for a mile or so. Nant Gwynant, 5 kilometres. Beddgelert, 0.5 kilometres. Okay, I'm back in the village of Beddgelert, and you can see these little terraced cottages. Those would be very nice places to have as a holiday cottage, if nothing else, or even to live in. Because if you like the sound of running water, you've got this. But these cottages in Victorian times may have been occupied by the workers in that Sygun. Pronunciation is Sygun rather than Sygun, I think. Yeah, so there. Yeah. Excellent. Beddgelert is one of the most attractive, if not the most attractive, mountain village in North Wales. That's the village green, I think. There's some. This is I think the highlight of the village of Beddgelert. You have the meeting of the waters here. That's the full river there. That comes down from that valley. That comes down from the eastern slopes of Snowdon, Nant Gwynant. The old stone bridge. Very awkward though for big trucks. It's a narrow bridge. They're all built well before the days of the modern trucks and cars. It's a National Trust property, but I don't think there's any charge to go in. It's a very old house apparently. Flagstone floors. Okay. Yeah. Very old house. It's a kind of well, I'm not a buying customer, but just want to wander around the house. Beddgelert Tourist Information Centre is just there, but the reason I came here is to just take a picture of the Royal Goat Hotel. I think it was called Royal because I think Queen Victoria came here. I won't go inside, but it was Queen Victoria honoured this hotel with an overnight stay. Here's the main Beddgelert visitors car park. But I came here just to... Beddgelert is served by a railway, the Welsh Highland Railway. But of course it's a tourist railway rather than a regular railway. Now there's... shows the where the railways go, the tourist railways go. Starts from, both railways start from Porthmadog, and I'm here at Beddgelert. It goes all the way to Carnarvon, and the other one goes from Porthmadog up to Bethania. There's an interesting some information on Miriam Roberts. Miriam Roberts, who was employed for 5 shillings a week as selling train tickets when the train was actually carried passengers back in 1931. And there's the Welsh Harp. Yeah, so, well, I'll use that Spanish phrase. You can see the length of this platform. One goes to Porthmadog and the other goes to Carnarvon. And there's Beddgelert below. Some people waiting for the train just there, and it comes in about 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes time. So I'm tempted to wait here for get a picture of the train. Waiting for the train. I'll just point out return fares from this station. You want to go to Porthmadog, £22.80p. If you're going in the other direction, Carnarvon, £31.80p. So, well, you don't need, you can't. Yeah, you kind of. I can hear the train whistle. It's coming. First-class carriage, Pullman at the end. Okay, so back to the car park, but hopefully I won't have a ticket because I paid for 4 hours, but I'm well just over 4 hours now. I'm standing on top of the Beddgelert old bridge, and you can see the meeting of the waters down there. Okay, back to the car park.